Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another video series of the Let's Talk Habs. This is the time for the weekly video for the Montreal Canadiens, your Bleu Blanc Rouge, so don't go nowhere. Yes, it is. You know the drill. Yes, you have to do it. You have to click on the likes if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you did not do it yet. And of course, tell me what you think about the Montreal Canadiens, the weekly video for the Let's Talk Habs with hockey coach Guru, Coach Frenchy for the Hockey Nation Live Show. Let's dive in right now, right away at what we're looking for. And the first graphic I want to talk about is the weekly 2022 Montreal. And honestly, almost the first week in February. They restart the season. Of course, they are completely off the Montreal Canadiens last week. Did not play any game since last weekend. And the only player honestly play is Nick Suzuki. He was on the AllStar Game this weekend. I'm going to talk about this for sure. So the Montreal Canadiens return on the ice Tuesday to finalize their last 38 game in a shop for the season 2021-2022. The injury update, I'm going to talk about inside the video. The schedule for the next 3 months, the trade deadline, what could Montreal can do, the prospect ranking, and I just make a video about this so you can check on the YouTube channel. We have finally the preview of what's coming for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's jumping right away about their record, honestly, 0-0-0. They have a week off. I just mentioned for Nick Suzuki was at the All-Star Game in Vegas. What a weekend. I understand it's more about the marketing for NHL, but the players have an amazing, great time. You can see by their way. They was on the ice, off ice, on ice. They have a great time with their family and friends. Suzuki, for him, is a great experience to know more about other players for other teams. The veteran player, like example, maybe like Claude Giroux is a great example for him. It was great to see him play with Brady Tkachuk and Steven Stamkos during the game Saturday afternoon. So, and Suzuki was a part of the shooting accuracy on the Billy Joe. Did not win on this, unfortunately, but I think for him, it's great to see him at the All-Star Game. They are back on the ice Monday, and they are going to start to play Tuesday again, the New Jersey Devils. That's what happening last week for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's dive in for the next. I want to talk about an injury update. Of course, this video is not, I'm not doing this video after the first practice, so I don't know exactly everything what's going on. The only thing what I heard is this part. Devarek should be back this week. Joel Armia is back for the COVID-19. It should be around to be part of the roster. Now, the situation with Perrault may be possible 2 more weeks with his injury at the eye. And then Jake Allen is maybe about 4 to 6 weeks. They are maybe the major key players right now at that moment are not in the roster for the Montreal Canadiens. So it's something we have to follow up for the next couple of days. Of course, you can follow this with the Hockey Nation Live Show. The schedule to the end of the season, guys. First of all, this month in February, they play 9 games. 7 of them are at home, 2 are only on the road. One thing is very important you need to understand. 6 games they play or the 9 game are not the playoff team at that moment. So it'll be interesting how Montreal can do again. Example like Buffalo, the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Buffalo Sabres, the New Jersey Devils, and the 3 teams they play. They are in the race for the playoff are Toronto, St. Louis Blues, and the Washington Capitals. So maybe a time for Montreal to get a couple of W's on the mound. In March they play 15 games, and April they play 14 games. So it's really would be interesting how they're going to perform for the last 38 game in the season. They have 22 games at home, and honestly, they have 14 games on the road. Honestly, should be 16. That's my mistake about that one of that. 22 at home, 16 away on the road. They have a better schedule, honestly, for the rest of the season. They play with a team of winning percentage of .43. So overall, Montreal could have a good, better way to finish the year stronger. Will be interesting to see how they can perform. Of course, all the situation depends how they're going to play as a team. Here we'll talk about this. You can see my video last week. The trade deadline for the Montreal Canadiens. I expect maybe 1 to 3 trade for them. It could be a package deal. It could be something similar. This is not about what I would like happening. It's just I feel what the Montreal Canadiens could do. First, I really believe they would try to trade Jeff Petrie, Ben Chariot, and Kolak because they are UFA. They have other players as a UFA inside the team, like Perreault, Paquette, Whiteman. They are the 3-1. They got a UFA contract for 1 year last season. I expect they will be looking for the market on the market, maybe possible Gallagher and Likonen. So I would be interested if they can get something good in return. That's the only way they can trade both of them. Perreault and Whiteman could be also let it go at some point because I believe they may be not returning with the Montreal Canadiens. So they are really the players I believe can use, and Jeff Gordon is going to looking to trade for the trade deadline. Again, I expect not too much action for the Montreal Canadiens. You know my way where I always said, do not trade Chariot and Likonen at that moment for sure. It may be not Gallagher, to be honest with you. And the prospect review of the week, I'm going to hype myself here. Great weeks for Joshua Roy. You can see this is not including the game Sunday. It's Saturday, Friday, and Thursday. Roy has Saturday 3 points and with 1 goal and 2 assists for him. Then we have Harris did very well. Jordan Harris Saturday night with 1 goal, 1 assist, plus 2 4 shots on the net. And then we have Shane Wright. He's not with the Montreal Canadiens, but I'm looking always for the players can be drafted. And Wright did not do any point Saturday night. But look about this. He has 12 shots on the net, guys. But he cannot score on that evening. But the team went 3-1. But Thursday night, he have 2 points, 1 goal, 1 assist with 4 shots during that game. Kidney, Riley Kidney is doing well. Kidney have 2 assists Saturday night. And finally, Kapanen have also 2 assists for him during the weekend. Some other players like Cooley, I don't know what happened in the last Friday night. 6-1 was really surprised me. And they win Saturday 5-2. You can see other players like Simoneau have 1 goal. Trudeau have 1 assist. J.C. Allen doing well with the Rocket, by the way. Son is returning over there. So it'll be interesting what could happen. But I'll give you an idea what the prospect. I like to give you some what's going on with the prospect for the Montreal Canadiens. The next one I want to talk about, guys, is what's coming for the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming week. They play 4 games, start Tuesday. And again, the New Jersey Devils, they have a lot injury over there. And then Jack Hughes is on the COVID-19, by the way. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So they play 3 games and 4 nights from Thursday to Saturday, Sunday, and they also play 4 games and 6 nights. New Jersey, Washington Capitals, Columbus Blue Jacket, and the Buffalo Sabres. Good opportunity for Montreal to get something good during that 4 game. We know on the 9 games to play this month, 7 of them are in Montreal at the Bell Center. Finally, we're going to finish with that part of that. What is my expectation for the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming week? For me, they're going to have a better roster. I believe they're going to add a little bit more, like maybe they will come back. Armias maybe come back also. So I believe overall they're going to have a better roster. I expect on the 4 game, maybe 1-2-1. That'd be great if Montreal get at least 3 or 4 points, play for almost 500 or 500 this week. It all depends on the goalies. I think for the last couple of weeks, at least 2 weeks, the situation with the Montreal Canadiens it was very difficult with the Montembeault and Primo with their inconsistency in front of the pipe, and it was removed almost like every game after the first two period or after the first period. So it'll be interesting how they can perform. That's the only way where Montreal can get some success for the next couple of weeks and month. It all depends on the goaltending situation. Consistency is really important. What you talk about, I want the players show up. I want the team be prepared. I want to make sure I have a great way to prepare that team, and they work hard. We get excited. We don't want to win all the time. We want the player play with energy, enthusiasm, smiling, have fun, but the work ethic, the forechecking, the back checking, the retrieval the puck, and the battle 50-50. At least they try, they don't give up, and they show up. That's what we're looking for. At least as for me, for the rest of the season, this is all about Dominic Champ with his players. A better TOI for the young players. We talk about, I think Dominic Champ struggled with the TOI, time on the ice for front players like Romanoff, Clagu, Caulfield, Poland, and I can go that way. He does not give enough opportunity for the young players. And I think that's hurt. And that's what is not right. Caulfield is another example. Oh, you put Caulfield at the bottom? Yes, I put Caulfield. If he does not want to let him play Caulfield, so less at 13, 14 minutes per game and less, why to keep him with the Montreal Canadiens? We have nothing. He has nothing if you don't let him play to keep in Montreal. Let them go Laval Rocket. Let him develop. Let him to play 20 minutes per game. Let him to get back maybe his confidence. And we know that my song about Cole Caulfield, shoot that puck, shoot that puck, shoot that puck. This, he cannot play his game if you don't shoot a puck and average a 3 to 5 shot per game. It's really important to Caulfield. That's the only way he's going to break his slump since the beginning of the season. So let's go back at the beginning. Guys, this is another great week of the video series of the Let's Talk Abs Weekly. You can see what's going on, what happening last week. Honestly, everybody was off. Only Zuski at the All-Star Game. You can see now the what's coming for the Montreal, not only this week, for the rest of the season. 38 game they have right now. They have 9. And this month, 15 the next, and 14 at the end of the season in April. And you can see how they can have a better success until the end of the season. The schedule is less difficult compared to the first part of the season. So I was going to see how they're going to respond. And inside that video, you can learn about a trade deadline, a couple of things about the prospect. I invite you, don't forget, guys, to watching my video I did about the prospect ranking inside the Montreal Canadiens. Something I invite you to watching the video. It's under the Hockey Nation Live Show on the YouTube channel. But before we leave, we want to remind you, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. And finally, tell us what do you think about the Montreal Canadiens for the rest of the season. What is your projection about the team? What do you expect for them? They're going to respond for the next 38 game. But before we leave, we want to remind you, yes, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great weeks, everybody. I look forward to see you next week for another video about the weekly Montreal Canadiens, your Bleu, Blanc, Rouge.